Alright, so we're live, so I'm just going to full screen this now. Awesome. Okay, so now we're in. So Tarpit, City of Vampires. Through cunning and stealth, the party finally arrived inside the walls of Tarpit. Deep within the city lies the keep that once housed the royal family before their slaughter at the hands of the Vampire High Council. In the lowest levels of the keep is the royal vault, and within that vault rests an artifact that may help end the storm. The party sought a brief respite at the twins' estate, a safe house of sorts in a city filled with bloodthirsty villains and countless perils. The home of the vampire twins is a house divided, not by animosity, but taste. Each room decorated by Alexander sports ornate furniture and fine silk curtains, while Alexander prefers blood-stained walls and piled skulls. The party gathered in Alexander's study and were served food by his human thralls and resting their weary bones by a roaring fire. The council meets at the keep often. It is heavily guarded, Alexander said, pouring himself a glass of blood from a pitcher. You could always keep your appointment, Vanessa. Adina rolled her eyes in frustration. The vampire's mutual feud with Vanessa was becoming tiresome. Do you have any real suggestions, Alexander? Who said it wasn't a real suggestion? Accessing the vault would be a mere formality once we're inside, and I can think of no quicker way to enter the keep. And no quicker way for me to be executed, Vanessa said flatly. A bonus, to be sure. Blood? Alexander mockingly offered the pitcher to Vanessa, but it was quickly snatched by Alexandra, who began drinking its crimson contents without even pretending to first search for a glass. What about Daver? He works in the keep, she said, after finally finishing the pitcher. She then casually dropped it and took a seat near her brother. The closest thrall, a woman of no more than 20, robotically knelt next to the pitcher and began cleaning the small drops of blood spilled on the polished wooden floor. Alexander slammed his glass down dramatically on the armrest of his chair, spilling more blood for his thralls to clean. Daver? I'd rather take a bath in holy water than owe that imbecile a favor. Who is Daver? Adina asked distractedly. Her attention was split between the conversation and sorrowfully watching Alexander's thrall clean up after him and his sister. The priest had already made so many compromises to get here. What would she become by her journey's end? Would Yedra forgive her? Could she forgive herself? Alexander tossed his glass into the fireplace, shattering it. He's an advisor to the council, the most important advisor if you ask him, and the least important if you ask anyone else. What power he does possess, he has gained by exchanging favors with all manner of riffraff. So, people like us, then, said Vanessa. Charming. I suppose I could arrange an introduction. His manor is not far from here. Be prepared to be sent on a ridiculous errand in exchange for his aid, however. And then we would come up to House Patra, which is a safe house. And in the campaign book, you would have like 6 or 7 different options as to places you could go from this point. But for the purposes of the demo, they're all locked, except for Daver's Manor. But the other options were like try to go break into the city armory and steal equipment. But there's probable repercussions from doing so, or go to Amelia's equipment store and try to buy some equipment, or just try to go right to the High Council's keep, or the Broken Tooth Tavern for an ale, or just take a stroll down the street, which often just leads to a random encounter, maybe with like some riffraff on the streets or something. But in any case, we proceed to Daver's Manor. So the party followed Alexander to Daver's Manor, an impressive home distinct from its neighbors, firmly placing its construction after the vampires invaded Tarpit. Every brick, window frame, and door shined from a fresh coat of pale gold paint, giving the house a garish feel that was likely not intentional. Daver's private security greeted the party at the door and ushered them to the back of the house. The long hallway leading to Daver's private office was packed with relics, antiques, and artifacts from around the world, more than a few of which Vanessa was sure were fake. The guards did not enter the office with the party, but could be heard milling about just outside the door. Daver stood from behind his desk, an extravagant oak monstrosity with intricate designs carved over much of its surface. Vanessa immediately recognized the telltale swirls of rune magic, the same sort that covered a large part of her face. What's more, she had seen the desk before. It once resided in the lobby of the guild house of the Nair. The thought of a vampire resting his feet upon it immediately filled Vanessa with seething rage. Davor stepped forward from behind the desk to shake Alexander's hand, his own sparkling from an absurd number of jeweled rings. Ah, Alexander, what a wonderful night for a visit from good friends. I wasn't aware you had friends, Davor, Alexander said slyly. He shook Davor's hand and then made a quick but obvious glance at Vanessa, a simple trick to entice Davor to do the same. Davor took the bait, sizing up the party before focusing on Vanessa. Still keeping unusual thralls, I see. Wait a moment, that eye patch. Davor physically recoiled, backing into his desk and knocking a few quills and a strange idol made from bone to the floor. Alexander, is that Vanessa von Bront? Easy, Davor. I decided to take a page out of your book and keep my mind open to mixed company, Alexander said, winking. Davor retreated back to behind his desk, never looking away from Vanessa. I've never worked with a bloody Nair. What on earth could you possibly hope to? We need to gain access to the old royal vault. Alexander picked up the bone idol and placed it back on Davor's desk as he spoke. Now look at me, and then look at my companions. I know the gears are already turning in that small mind of yours. Go ahead and ask for your favor. Davor fell back into his chair. I couldn't possibly. Any favor. Feel free to think big. Yes, I could think of a task or two. Proper reimbursement for the danger this whole affair puts me in. Vanessa's anger had not subsided, and the longer Davor sat at his desk, the more she felt that damning the world would be worth it if she could just put her hands around his throat. She grabbed Alexander's shoulder and pulled him back hard to face her. Can I just kill him? And so the summary for all of that is, the party walks to Davor's manor. He's as fancy as a cheap suit and super scared of Vanessa. Vanessa hates him because of a table or something and wants to kill him. Is Alexander game? And now we all vote whether or not we want to kill Davor or not. And I will just say that we just played this encounter for the first time ever in my experience in the last stream this morning. And it ends after you finish that scenario. So I'm just going to veto that we don't kill Davor.
And small cramped battle. It takes too long.
Yeah.
And so pretty easy as well.
So we're just going to vote to not kill him.
Sure.
So Alexander smiled, but continued speaking with Davor. Incredible danger, he said, sarcastically. Davor, who was becoming increasingly agitated, suddenly stood up. Hold on. I think I missed a spot here. Can I just kill him? Oh, I see. Davor, who was becoming increasingly agitated, suddenly stood up. Gregor, he blurted out before falling back onto his chair, slumped low and visibly exhausted. Alexander raised one eyebrow. Lord Gregor? Yes, I heard he has a special guest in the dungeon underneath his estate. Top secret. Illegal, in fact. He wouldn't even be able to tell anyone he was robbed. Davor licked his lips, baring his fangs for a moment in a sinister smile. I would very much like to feed on that guest. So Davor has a hankering for some dude in Lord Gregor's basement. Is Adina present is the next check, and she is, so we skip ahead to page 9, paragraph 3. I'm just going to have a sip of water here, I'm losing my voice. Alright, so Moral Objections is the title here. So Adina stepped forward, scowling at Alexander. I am not comfortable with kidnapping. Liberating, Alexander said sweetly, holding his arms open slightly as if he had any hope of convincing the priest. It's reprehensible. Alexander lowered his head a little and rubbed his forehead in irritation. What my devout companion means to say is she would prefer a different option, perhaps something a little more altruistic. Davor wrinkled his brow in confusion. What does altruistic mean? Never mind. Is there any other task you'd like performed in case Lord Gregor's special guest has a prior engagement? Davor contemplated for a moment. Well, there are the catacombs, he said with little enthusiasm. I've heard the council speak of problems below the city. Guards go in, no one comes out. I could earn some pull with the city guard if I sorted that mess out. A monster hunt. Splendid, Alexander said, turning to give an irritated look to Adina. Is that more to your liking? Adina nodded. Satisfied, Alexander bowed mockingly to Davor with his right arm across his chest. Then we have our agreement. We'll perform one of these tasks for you, and in exchange you will sneak us into the royal vault. Alexander turned to leave, gesturing for the rest of the party to do the same. He raised a hand in farewell, but did not look at Davor again. It's been a pleasure, as always, Davor, he said sarcastically. Davor leaned forward in his chair and yelled after Alexander. I'd prefer the special guest. We'll consider it carefully, Alexander said, as he closed the door behind him. Ta-ta! So the summary there just says, Adina puts the kibosh on the whole kidnap a prisoner to trade for magic stuff idea. Davor offers a explore the catacombs quest as a welcomed alternative. So we just earned the altruistic title and proceed to page 12. Which is House Patra again. And here we would have the opportunity to, pick our heroes again that we want to head out with. And we're presented with various options again. Like, you don't necessarily have to go straight to the catacombs. You could do something else. So for the purposes of the demo, it is still locked. In this case, it's locked to the catacombs. And Kapak and Adina are required. So they're in here already. So that doesn't change anything up for us. And the altruistic title is required. So here it says, much of the catacombs beneath Tarpit have seen little use since the vampires took over the city. Its maze-like halls are filled with collapsed corridors, unfinished burial chambers, and something new. A rising threat lurks beneath the city, worrying even the most powerful members of the High Council. Turn to page 14. So, entrance to the catacombs. The entrance to the catacombs is adjacent to the ruins of the old cathedral, a fair hike from the twins' home. The party left the Patra house at first light, making their way carefully through the city by keeping to the many side streets and alleyways that make up Tarpit's residential district. Though vampires no longer fear the sun, many still sleep during the day, making travel in daylight quicker, but more dangerous. It's difficult to be lost in a crowd if the only ones awake are you and the city guard. And then it asks a check, is Alexander in attendance? And he is not, so we would continue. And then it asks, is Alexandra in attendance? And she is, so we go to page 11, Q2.
Definitely a lot of story and branches and stuff in this game, which I like.
A ton.
Yeah.
And I can kind of allude to some of the impact after we wrap this session up, where we didn't kill Davor, or if we did, what consequences that would have made.
Okay.
And based on what happens here soon, what consequences are a result of that sort of thing.
Okay.
Or I cannot say any of that in case you want to play again in the future to figure that out without any spoilers.
Do you know if this is like final for the real game, or is it just for the demo?
No, I think there's.
think it's final.
I don't think it's final, but I think that this section of the story is pretty solid. I think, like, maybe some jargon might be shifted around and stuff, but I think for all intents and purposes, this is probably part of the story.
Okay.
Yeah. So page 11, Q2 is titled Alexandra, in quotation, negotiates. So, when the party reached the catacombs, they saw the entrance was blocked by a small group of city guards. The guards put their hands to their weapons, and a female vampire in crimson armor stepped forward to further block the party's path. What business do you have here? She demanded with authority. The word Sunder box summarizing that says, you need to lie your way past the guards. And you sent Alexandra? Question mark. So, this test has +1 difficulty for every 5 points of tarpit turmoil the party has earned, which doesn't apply to us in the demo. So now it's a skill check for Alexandra, and it's going to be very challenging because she doesn't have a lot of charisma. So
She has 3 charisma.
3.
She had, 3 charisma. So we need to roll a perfect 12.
Seriously? Wow.
To get 15 points total.
Okay.
Otherwise, something's going to happen.
You can click the you can click the dice up in the left, upper left corner, and there you can add d6. And then you can make it 2d6 and then roll them.
Yeah, so if you want to take your purple cursor and click on the shape of the dice in the top left, then click on D6, add, and then click done. And then once you're back out from there, you'll see a plus and a minus. And if you increase it to say ×2,
Yep.
and then hit roll all,
Okay.
you will not quite make it.
That's a half success.
So 9 out of 15. So we fail. So we just continue. So Alexandra awkwardly broke from the party to greet the guard captain, crossing her arms nervously. Greetings, fellow vampires, of which all of us clearly are. We are here. Alexandra paused briefly, distracted by something, quite possibly anything. Here too, she paused yet again, this time staring at what was left of the cathedral, smiling at the memory of starting the fire. The guard's captain's patience was nearing its end. Here to what? Alexander looked back at the guard captain, trying in vain to produce some semblance of convincing words. She gave up, saying, "Oh, the hell with it," and savagely swiped her claws across the guard captain's throat. The guard captain fell to the ground while her squad stood in shock. Alexandra let loose a deafening scream, followed by an equally loud series of mad cackles. She then charged at the guards as they drew their weapons, and the party had no choice but to follow her. And the summary there is, Alexandra just killed the guard captain. I so did not see that coming. Page 17.
Oh, Alexandra.
So, there is a way to enter that fight without accidentally killing the guard captain, and so it's a tougher fight because she's also present. But instead, in this scenario, Alexandra went all Harley Quinn and just ripped her head off. So, bear with me a moment and I'll build this scenario.
All right.
Hey, Fluff, more space, buddy.
Hey.
The last encounter we were stuck with one single square, and that was it.
This is also one single square.
Yes, but much larger.
Just 4 times as big.
Well,
I think. Something like it at least. Okay, not 4 times, but a lot bigger.
Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to move these out. Let's see how that looks. Okay. That'll give me room to roll below, and you'll be able to see that. Okay, so Alexandra went crazy, so she's already here. We don't have a choice in that. She starts right there. And then I'm just going to randomly put the other heroes in their potential starting spots, and just see if you all agree with where I put people. And then, let's see, A1, 2, 3, 4 are ruined columns. Okay, that's these, so 2, 2, 3.
Alexander's the light gray one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, your front, you're right there, yeah, exactly. Okay, and then it looks like 4 guardsmen and 3 inquisitors. So this looks like much more of a fight this time than we had last time.
I would propose to switch places between Adina and Vanessa.
Okay, I can do that.
Do you always get to just like pick whatever?
Well, mostly, I guess. I've only seen one encounter before.
Okay.
But in that encounter, we had 4 spots and we could just place them however we wanted. In this case, Alexander, of course, is locked in that space, and the rest of them we decide.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you here in a second. After I just get these units or assets all on the board. B1 and B2 are improvised barricades, so that are these. So these tall columns completely block line of sight, and so if you're behind them and an enemy's shooting at you from ranged, they can't hit you. These improvised barricades are only half height, and so they give you only like a little bit of defense. They don't completely negate a ranged attack against you.
The improvised barricades you're talking about, what are those? Oh, those 2, I think, right?
Yeah, these 2 are right here.
Yeah, they're improvised barricades.
Sure thing. Sorry, I'm not in front of the camera, but they're
yeah. It's just because when you use your hand, there's always a delay, so it's a bit. Your voice comes a lot before your movements.
That's true. Makati urns, and then WR, so weapon rack, and an armor rack. So if you're keen on loot, there is loot you could potentially get from the map itself. So I'm going to put the paper in front. Let me know when you see it.
Oh, okay.
So,
U1 and U2. Oh, armor rack. I see it.
Yeah, so I'm holding up the campaign book, and it shows you the orientation of where all the enemies go, and then it shows 3 flexing figures, which are the heroes, and there's one that has Alexandra's face on it. And so in our last scenario, that wasn't specified, so we were able to pick where we wanted them on those 4 spots. In this case, she's locked in.
Cool.
Something interesting to note is the weapon rack and the armor rack in the lower corners, which contain rare equipment if you open them in the first 2 rounds, and common if you open them in round 3 or 4, and nothing after that.
Oh, okay.
So you have to decide whether it's worth it or not for you to get there. And in the setting of a demo, where there's minimal benefit from going to get loot right now, it doesn't make much sense. But in the grand scheme of a longer campaign where you going there and getting some rare piece of equipment that might really benefit you in the next couple encounters might be worth that risk.
You can spend an action point to equip it though in the same round, right?
Yeah.
And I believe the urns as well you can break, and I'm not sure what's supposed to be in them, but
Consumable maybe.
But both to open a rack and to break an urn, you need to move there. So you have to be adjacent to it, and then you need to spend an action point to break it or to open it.
Yeah, it doesn't specify here if the Makati urns contain anything, but the weapon rack and armor rack do specify that they contain things here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But the question is whether in the campaign it would matter a lot, and in the demo it may not matter as much to get rare equipment and so on.
Yeah. I guess if I could kill somebody, she can like combo up her little ability to go again to open it.
All right, so that is the board setup. Now let me just set up the targeting deck and the turn tracker. So it says here that 2 of each hero, 5 standard, and 2 advanced. So I'm just going to create a new deck up here on the top right. Just one sec. So targeting deck. I'm just going to add the hero cards to that. Fluff, I would say that this actually seems to be running a lot smoother, and I wonder if that's just because there's less of us in here right now.
Could be. Also, though, none of us are using the, none of us are using the shortcuts. That also.
That's true. Yeah.
That did a lot, and we did it many times for a long time. So yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty cool though in the VORPAL beta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you were privy to some of my earlier streams, but they were awful.
I started watching one of them. I was like, man, I can't see anything on this board. So yeah, but this is like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Okay, so we now have a targeting deck. And then the turn order here is 2 of us, followed by 2 guardsmen, 1 of us, 3 inquisitors, 1 of us, and then 2 guardsmen. So if you guys want to figure out which 2 of us should go first while I build the rest, that'd be great.
I think it would make sense to have Karpak as one of the first.
Move up and tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe can the range? What's the range on Vanessa?
Her weapon has 5 range.
5 range, so she probably.
So she can actually hit from where she stands.
Is it number blocks 1, 2?
I think it's just numbered blocks. So I would think she could hit number 2 from where she is.
You can do diagonals.
Even number 1. Yeah, diagonals count as 1, at least for movement. I'm not sure for range, but I guess it would. Okay. So I think she would be able to hit both number 1, 2,
both
and 3.
Okay.
From where she stands.
I'm trying to get out of like Gloomhaven or Kingdom Death mode.
Yeah, that's different. But not that different.
Not that different. I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, me too. I really liked it was only a small encounter, but I liked the small encounter we had killing Davor.
Yeah, that was good. I have played probably 7 scenarios at this point, and that was the only one I hadn't seen yet. Actually, sorry, there is still one that I haven't seen, I think, that involves darts. Oh, no, I have done that one.
Oh, I think...
we did that one, didn't we?
Which one? What? Sorry?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I was just interrupting completely in my own world. I was thinking if Karpak and Vanessa could start. Vanessa has a decent chance of blinding people, which could be helpful to have early in the round.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah, and a couple people have stuns that they can do.
I think everyone has stuns, don't they? That's just a standard card.
Yep. And Vanessa has the ability, or Adina has the ability to remove somebody outright from the game right away by exhausting her mace.
But I think that's a bit drastic to begin with.
Yeah, because then she's just going to be front and center, and that's probably not the best idea for our healer.
I have a little hammer consumable too. I can smash somebody and stun them.
All right, so guardsman number 2 up here.
Yeah, tranquilizer. To use consumables, if you don't know, you need to spend 1 action point.
Action point, okay. Yeah, I read through the rules, but y'all might need to help me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect time.
And we still make mistakes, but with hive mind, we minimize that.
I spent a lot of the time last game just scrolling through the rule book.
So we said Kapak, and who else is going first?
And Vanessa, if it's okay with you guys.
That's fine with me.
So Vanessa can go second. Maybe Adina last.
Yes.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
That's probably fine. You may want to start picking your cards, right-clicking on your deck, and clicking draw to table. Just one at a time, waiting for it to appear.
How many did we draw again? Is it 3?
5 cards.
5. Okay.
But you don't draw them before your activation. It's just to be ready.
Yeah, so don't flip them over until it's actually your character's turn, but you can have them out and upside down in front of your deck.
I can draw them. You say we can draw them now?
Yeah, you can. So you right-click on them. You click on draw to table. Then you wait for the card to appear, and then you do it again until you have 5 cards.
Okay, I don't even.
The green stack.
Yeah, it's been a few seconds. I haven't.
Oh yeah, just wait. Just be patient. It takes a while sometimes.
Let me try again.
Yeah, there's one.
Oh, where do they pop up?
I don't see one yet.
I don't see it either.
I see one right underneath the green card.
Oh, there it is. It just popped up, the first one.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a delay, but...
Yeah. Let's see.
And I'm just going to do the same for Karpak to ready you.
Card to be drawn, not in stack. Please try again.
when I right-click on the stack and you click cards over there, it throws me out of the menu.
Oh yeah, it's doing it to me too.
Sorry about that.
No need to be sorry. It's just funny.
Perfect. All right, so I have everything set up. So now it's just cards and taking turns.
Okay, I think I got
Yes.
5 out.
And you start with Karpak.
I do start. All right. So if you want, you have your 5 cards ready, but you can't flip them yet. So you can take this time to zoom in on all of your like armor and weapons and just take note of special things. Like, for example, Mephisto's Kiss is her like choker that she's wearing, and it gives you 1 extra action point. So instead of 5, you actually have 6, but you also have 4 less health. So you actually only have 18 health.
18, yeah.
And then all vampire allies have on attack lifesteal 2. Currently, you don't have any vampire allies.
Does that include herself?
That does not
We
include her.
actually don't know that yet. I asked Robert not too long ago, and he's not sure. He can't remember.
Interesting.
So I'm waiting for him to answer what his gut ruling is going to be.
It would make sense that.
Yeah, I feel like it would make sense for it to work on her, but but maybe that's not balanced if they're
maybe not. Yeah.
In this case with no vampires.
I won't be using it, I guess.
So I'm flipping my 5 cards to start Kapak's turn, so you can take note of that and just kind of like watch my turn for an example.
Okay.
Was it mentioned you can click space when hovering above cards to watch them up close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much front and center. Let's see. Punch. This attack is free if activated, so it's not going to do anything to the guardsmen because their armor is 2, and the best you can roll with 1 green die is 2. So they would just cancel out. So that's useless, but it's good for generating power. Self-preservation, 2 action points is useful. Dash is useful because he doesn't have a whole lot of movement. Defender, when an adjacent ally is attacked, discard 1 to defend against this attack. Super useful. Rebuff 2, this hero is immune to 2 status effects from an incoming attack. And I don't think either of them do any status effects of an incoming attack. Judgment can do assign damage, but I don't think that is a status effect. No. So I think that card's useless to me. Rebuff 2. But discarding it doesn't really give me any action points, but it's a free discard to use Defender to save one of you guys. So I'll hold on to that one for sure. Okay. And let me just look at my weapons again. Knockback, apply stun, 28 health instead of 25. Reroll a red die, and I'm immune to stun, which won't really take effect in this encounter. Okay. So I think I have 1, 2 points there. Wow, interesting. I only have 1 card that I can throw away for points right now, which is Punch. So I'm going to flip that just by double-clicking on it and throw it away, which will give me 2 power to put on my Shield Bash to help mitigate damage as it comes to me.
Do you have to assign it immediately to something, or is it just in your stockpile?
Yeah, you have to assign it immediately.
Okay.
There is a lot of enemies on the board in this one, so alternatively, I could put them on Slam. It could be very helpful, but I had to have a good roll, of course, with Slam. Whereas Shield Bash, I do 5 instant damage to somebody if they're flanked, if they're a guardsman, and if they're the Inquisitor, they don't need to be flanked. I'm going to go with Shield Bash. I think that's just, it's cheap. I only need 1 more power. Yeah, like one of you might have a card that would give me 1 power, and then it's ready already. So I'll leave that as is. And then
You can use your movement before or after your cards and attacks and stuff.
Yep.
Any order, okay.
Any order, but you have to use all the movement you want to use at once.
Right.
You can't
move,
split
attack,
it up.
then move. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I am going to move Kapak just front and center to the right of Alexandra.
By the way, my hawk is supposed to be on the battlefield.
Yes. Where would you like your hawk?
If I can place it anywhere around all the heroes, I would place it right in front of Alexandra. Is that possible? I'm still not too certain about how these companion placements work.
They can be, as far as I know, anywhere around the 4 starting positions. They just have to be adjacent.
Okay.
But if you have it open in front of you and just search companion, that might pop.
I'll try to figure it out. Anyway, with the hawk there's the possibility to have flanking with number 2.
With Kapak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only if you think that's helpful.
I think it is, because they have a lot of health, and I'll be pretty close to all of them. The only issue is if I'm here, actually it really won't matter. They can get by me regardless in the same amount of time. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I have a movement of 3. So I can go 1, 2, 3. I would need to use dash. So I'll use dash to gain 2 extra movement, and I'm going to move Kapak such that he is flanking guardsman number 2 with the Great Hawk, which will add +2 to my base damage. And then I am going to attack guardsman 2 with Serpent's Tongue. So roll 2 red die plus my 5 base damage. And I'm going to use magic. I'm going to make this a magic attack because you get the choice if you're only rolling purely red die. And that way their armor won't take effect here. And so that was 2 single swords. Plus the 5 is 7 damage to guardsman 2. So I will just quickly bring over.
Flanking is just opposite sides, no matter.
Yes.
Okay.
Meaning that the only possible flanking right now is on exactly that spot, because there's the hawk and there's him.
He couldn't be like right here and.
No, that wouldn't count.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that. I do have 2 action points left, but I don't think I have anything that I could do with them. Free buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to stay like this and call that the end of my turn.
Yes.
Nice job.
Which per the turn order then means that it is Vanessa's turn next.
Yes, and I have turned my cards. Should I mention what they do? Is that necessary?
No, you can just go ahead and say what you want to do.
Oh.
Only Adina has taken a. Whoops, sorry.
Not the best straw, right?
Could be worse, I guess. Is that necessary? The tar pit guardsman gets +1 physical defense if adjacent to at least one other tar pit guardsman. Meaning that I actually don't really want to attack number 2 and number 3.
She rolled four green dice.
Yeah, I only deal physical damage.
Mm.
But I would like to move. I would like to move my hawk to this spot.
Okay.
Behind Guardsman number 1. Using all 5 of its movements. And then I would like to move Vanessa to this spot.
Okay.
Yes. And then I would want... Right. I will discard Determined to mark the Guardsman number 1. Marked for death. Vanessa's ability. This one discarded.
Okay,
And
he's now marked.
yes, I would like my hawk to attack.
Okay.
Guardsman.
So your hawk does 3
That's 3 green dice and 1 red.
Plus 2 base damage.
Yes.
Okay, here comes the roll. And that's 4 plus 2 is 6, minus the armor of 2 is 4 damage to Guardsman number 1.
Nice.
Then I would like to make my attack. Crossbow against Guardsman number 1. That's 4 green dice. Plus 3 from her base damage and 2 for the flanking.
Okay, so green dice times 4 plus the 5 damage.
Yes.
And that is 5 plus 5 is 10. Minus 2 for armor on the Guardsman is 8 damage.
Wow.
Yes. Then I would like to activate Punch for free. So I attack him again with 1 green die.
Okay, because as of right now, all you've done is use 4 action points, right?
Yeah. I think I've only used 3.
Because doesn't Mark discard?
Mark
you just
just
discard one.
discards. Yeah.
Oh,
I've used 3 so far.
And you also get 1 power for.
Yes, I get 1 power for attacking the marked target. And when I punch now, I get 1 power again. And those power I would like to put towards a woman possessed.
A woman possessed, okay. And so you get to
How
roll.
do you know?
You get to roll 1 green die.
Yes.
Against them.
And I suppose that's 1 green die plus the 5.
And it doesn't do anything. And so 0 damage from that.
But I still have the 5, right? Or what? 2 for flanking and 3 for... No, wait.
No,
That's...
so your base damage doesn't apply because you're not actually attacking with the weapon.
Okay, right.
You're just punching them.
Yeah.
So it's
I only get the 2 flanking bonus, and that's not enough. It's damage.
I don't even think you get flanking bonus, but
You don't?
I don't think so.
Anyway, I get a power for attacking him.
How do you know you get power, or how do you?
That's because if you look at Vanessa's board, she's got the ability called Mark for Death, which I applied to him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, wait, that's only when I damage mark targets. So I actually don't get 1 for the second attack.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the when you play a card, you don't get to use your base damage and stuff because it's not considered a second attack. Like, unless you have Frenzy, the ability of Frenzy, where you can make more than one attack per turn, a card won't use your base damage or flanking or anything like that.
Okay, that's very possible. Anyway, I would like to use my adrenaline. So I'm gonna use my consumable item, adrenaline, costs 1 action point, and this makes it so that I can attack a second time for free this activation. So I will make another attack on Guardsman number 1.
Okay.
Yet again, that's 4 green dice plus the 5.
Okay, I'm rolling now.
Yes.
And that is 5 plus 3 is 8, minus 2 is 6 damage, but you also rolled a star, which applies blind.
Perfect. Cool. And of course I get 1 more power, which I will put toward a woman possessed.
Okay. 1 more power. And that was 6 damage. So 5 and 6 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You actually just killed him.
Oh. Okay.
Right, hold on. Yeah, 6 plus 5, 11, plus another 7. Yeah, 18. He's dead.
Nice.
Fair enough. So I get a loot.
You
Card.
do get a loot.
And 3 XP.
And I'm going to move you up here, sir. And you drew a bag of gold. You gained 2 gold.
So wealthy. And that was my turn. Vanessa out.
Yeah, she's pretty strong too. Alexandra's insane though once she gets some souls under her belt.
Unfortunately, she's not going to get this one.
Yeah, you rolled too generously on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
I
gonna
just wanted the power and the blind.
Maybe I can kill number 2. Let's see.
Okay, so 1 is off the board, and it is now per turn order, number 1's turn, but he's dead, so we'll skip to number 2, who has 7 damage currently, and in order to find out what they're doing, we're going to draw from the targeting deck up here, and we're going to find out what that shows, and it says change of plans, the enemy with the highest health, and then we reshuffle the deck. So guardsman number 2 will target Kapuk, and he can get flanking if he moves 2 to his left with the Inquisitor on the bottom right. So guardsman number 2 will move here. But in this case, he would not be able to use a sweep attack that would hit Kapuk and Vanessa without getting the flanking. And I think they prioritize flanking. So he's going to roll a 2 green and 2 red against Kapuk. He has a base damage of 1, plus 2 for flanking is 3. So it's whatever we roll plus 3. Just check something.
Did I read a rule like you're supposed to draw cards after you finish your activation, or is that something else?
I think you draw 3 cards in the beginning of your activation next time.
Oh, okay, but not at the end as well.
I don't think so. I'll check it.
So King of Average just said he joined and I don't see or hear him.
It says like on page, what is this? Page 14. I think it said something like A hero may draw up to 3 cards at the end of their activation without going over 5 cards.
At the end of their activation?
Yeah, page 14, like the 5th sentence or 4th sentence. I didn't know if that was like to be able to like draw cards to do defensive stuff on your turn or what.
I don't have the...
That sounds right then.
I don't have the... let me actually just store... It's under rulebook high quality. There it is. Okay, I'm opening it up right now really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just checking elsewhere as well.
Control find. Ability Jack. Each has their... They draw... a hero may draw up to 3 cards at the end of their activations without going over 5. If a hero has more than 5 cards in their hand, they do not discard the excess, but won't draw any new cards until they have fewer than 5 ability cards.
But it also says activating heroes. Heroes begin their activation by drawing up to 3 cards from their ability deck to return their hand size to a total of 5 cards.
Yeah, that's why it's
more than 2 cards.
seems like it's almost very hard not to ever have 5 cards.
Yeah,
if you're drawing before and after.
Interesting.
Yeah,
we've always been avoiding until you activate to draw the rest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think that is going to be a question for the good folks of Stormsunder.
Okay.
I will ask it.
It looks like Michael, King of Average, is here. I still can't hear him, though, but I do see his webcam indicator. So I will give him the option of taking Kapuk, unless you want to give him Adina, or he can have both, or whatever.
That's up to him.
This happened last time he joined, too, where I couldn't hear him, and then he did something, and it worked again. But I don't know if he's actually here just to watch or to play, so we'll see. In any case, so let me roll for the guardsman.
Okay.
So he rolled a 3 plus his 3 as a total of 6. Kapuk has, between his armor and his defense, 6 right now. So he won't take any damage, but he is going to lose 1 chink in his armor. Or 1 link in his armor, so that's gone. Hey, man.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Well, thank you.
Good. Enjoying VORPAL.
So before you go making hotkeys to change camera views, we've noticed that's a huge glitch because it doesn't affect just the camera angle, but it also moves cards around. So it's going to reset whatever you had taken a picture of.
Weird.
Yeah, so we can't use that feature.
That's a big no-no.
That's a bummer. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, so that's on their short list to fix so that it only affects camera and not assets.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's been running pretty well.
Nice, cool.
Do you want to take control of Adina or Kapuk?
Sure.
Kapuk is gone, and Vanessa is gone.
Okay, Robert has clarified that you draw at the beginning of your activation.
Not at the end? Okay.
Not at the end
Not
as
at the
well.
end.
Okay.
And so no damage was taken by Kapuk there, but he lost a chink in his armor, and that is the end of Guardsman 2's turn. So per the turn order, that would bring Alexandra.
May I just interject here that Vanessa is actually in a linked field. If you take the field with the Kapuk, this field, and then this field, I believe they are 3 adjacent linked fields.
3 linked adjacent fields. I thought it was in a straight line, but in this case, you're right, based on the wording of the cards. Yeah, you're right, she would take damage. So looking...
I didn't notice how much damage it was.
So they rolled 6, so you're going to lose 1 armor and take 3 damage.
I would like to... Nah, no, I don't. I don't want to activate this card. I want to save it. Because if I'm very lucky, I can use it to save an armor later.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 damage then.
Yes.
Okay, now it's the other
It's
guards.
arguing in the background. I can mute if I need to.
Oh, no, you're good. It's subtle.
It's subtle, not
It's
for me.
Alexandra. Malty, your turn, bud.
All right. So flip these guys over. That's a lot of attack stuff.
Rapid strikes is nice.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I'll try and kill this guy. I'll do my double activation. I think it makes sense to go right here
Yep.
to get
and
the
you
flanking.
have more than enough movement to get there
Yep.
to gain flanking on Guardsman 2.
Okay.
And then, are you hoping to use one of your cards, or did you want to attack with your chakram?
I think rapid strikes is an augment to the chakram, right? So you
Yeah, so your
both of them?
chakram costs 2, and your rapid strikes costs 2. But then if you throw away 2 additional cards with rapid strikes, instead of just adding 2 base damage, you can add up to 6 base damage.
6. How much health does he have left?
He has 11 health.
Okay, that might actually be worth it. I don't need to heal or anything, so I might discard those cards.
So you can just double click any cards you want to discard and they'll flip over.
Okay. Yeah, Vampire Bite. And then Fury.
Okay. So then you're spending 4 action points to use your chakram for your attack, which is 2 green die. Plus you're adding 6 base damage to your base damage of 1. So you already are doing 7 damage.
Yep.
Plus another 2
Flanking.
for being flanking. So that's 9 damage. And so you need to roll at least 2 swords to kill this guy right now.
Okay. On 2 dice, you said?
On 2 green
and
dice.
I unfortunately sucked. So you did 10 of 11 remaining health. 10 damage. to 10 remaining health.
That's just sad.
But Frenzy, when does that apply? Only after you kill somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also her ability to go again is when you slay something.
So maybe we can stun that person on someone else's turn and just leave them for you to pick off at the beginning of your next turn to get a soul easily.
Okay. Don't feel you have to, but yeah.
But you're just going to get a lot stronger if we prioritize getting you souls. So in any case, you did 10 damage. So let me bring that up to there. So now they have 1 health left. Okay. And so would you like to do anything else with your turn? So this card is now used, so I'm flipping that.
So 2 AP left, I think.
So you could discard, the one on the far left if you wanted for power to put on your, for leap attack, for example.
Yeah, I think I might do that. I'll get 3 power for reckless assault.
Okay, so I'll bring them down. And there you go.
We just create a discard pile to the, over here.
Yep.
Okay. Oops.
And that is the end of Alexandra's turn then, which then brings the beginning of the Inquisitors. And they do something called Judgment, which is an attack from a range of 4 with 3 green die. And they do a careful advance, which means they only move closer that many spaces they need to be within 4 from you, and then they attack. And if they roll 2 stars, the damage is assigned, so it bypasses all of your armor. So Tarpit Inquisitor number 1 is going to activate. So we'll flip a targeting card here, and that's going to look like Overwhelm. So that individual with the lowest health. And they're going to do +2 base damage on that attack.
That is Adina.
Hey, back off. Fuck.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they only need to move 2 spaces up. 1, 2 to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 3 spaces up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're within range 4. So that's their careful advance. And then they're going to roll the 3 green +2 base damage on their base of, 3. This base damage of 5 here before the dice are rolled. And they did a total of 2 extra damage there, so 7 total to Adina.
Jesus.
And
1 armor.
She has
She has 1 defense.
She has 1 permanent defense, so she takes 6 damage.
That is a lot out of a 14 health hero.
Too bad I don't have a card that heals me for 6. Oh, wait.
Oh, you do.
And so that is the end of Inquisitor 1. Inquisitor 2 will now pull a targeting card. And will go to the highest health with +2 dice. So a total of 5 green dice, targeting Kapok. Kapok, rather. Robert's going to get mad at me.
Capacity. That was capacity, isn't it?
Kapak.
And where is Inquisitor 2? He doesn't even have to move, and he already has flanking. So he's just going to sit there.
What a bastard.
Yep. So his gets +2 base damage for flanking, so 5 base damage, plus has 2 extra dice. Ugh.
Ugh.
And it gets assigned damage because they rolled 3 stars.
Ugh.
Oh, so that's a total of 7 with the 2 swords. So 7 assigned damage. So I don't think you lose any armor or defense at all, but you do take 7 damage. So we'll bring you over a 5 spot.
That's tough.
And 2 1s. There you go. And then it is Inquisitor number 3. Who's going to target Adina? Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Okay, so they need to move above Kapuk in order to reach you.
They can go through their own units, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but they can move diagonally.
Oh,
1,
diagonally, yeah.
2, yeah. And then that is just a standard 2 green die, 3 green die, no additional base damage. And, oh, jeez. they rolled 5 plus their base damage of 3 is 8 minus 1 for your defense is 7.
Mm.
So 7 and
Wow, almost dead.
you're at 12 damage. So do what you do best, and
And tank everything.
all right.
Chain heal yourself.
It is now Adina's turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna heal for 6.
I'll bring over.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Cool.
That's better. Oh, how much can I move? 4. I could flank number 3. Maybe to smack him. I was going to burn for the power, the heal, so I could just do some chain lightning because I saw Vanessa was hurt, but never mind, Vanessa and Kapak.
And you are against vampires, so you can exhaust your mace and drop somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to do that with number 2 because we need a soul. Number 3, I might just kill though.
Number 3 he is in a pretty good position for Vanessa to deal a lot of damage to next turn.
Okay, so what about this 3 here?
Guardsman 3.
Yeah, so I can get to him too.
Yeah, he doesn't have any damage to him yet, and he has the highest health. The Inquisitors are lower, so.
Cool. All right, let's move towards him. Let's go ahead and just move 3 forward.
3 forward, okay.
Yeah, I'll be angled to him.
So Dina has advanced aggressively 3 steps forward.
A very brisk pace. Shuffling my feet and everything. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and just drop him.
Exhaust that. So do you have to discard 2 cards from your hand to do that?
Yes, I will get rid of Dash and Empower.
All right, so flipping over Dash and flipping
Power.
over your power. Perfect. So Guardsman number 3 was just wiped from the game thanks to the Fist of the Heavens.
I'm so OP. And then I'll burn Punch and Holy Arrows for 4, which I'll put on Chain Healing.
Awesome.
And that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
There's 4 there now. Perfect. And what's her total health? 15 or 14?
14.
14. So you have, what, 8 health right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so all that's left is Guardsman number 4, who will activate next. And let's see who they target.
Not Adina.
Kapak. Ah.
That's lucky.
How much movement? Is that 3 movement, right?
They have a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. He can't get there,
Oh, darn.
Nice.
but he will move closer and become prepared.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3. So the moment Adina activates, he is going to attack her. Or the moment someone walks within being adjacent of him, he will attack them.
Fine, use the real token. See if I care.
So, yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize you were dragging one over.
That's all right.
So he's prepared.
And so don't move adjacent to him.
Can you make me a coffee, actually, love? That'd be great. Thank you. But if we shoot him or throw a stone at him or something, we can cancel his prepared status. So let's see. So that's the end of his turn. And so now it is back to Kapak.
Well, now we can rearrange how we're ordered, right?
We can, yeah.
If we want to. I don't know if we want to or
We
not.
can indeed. That could make sense to have Alexander go early to kill.
Guaranteed
Number
to get that
2.
full.
Yeah, absolutely, because you might go on a string here and free up some space.
I just dropped.
What happened?
My web page just dropped. I had to refresh. I'm back in, but like everything is missing. It's just blank.
It's blank.
Just loading in.
So if you click leave in the top right and then
Okay.
And then log back in, it should populate everything again.
May I propose that we put Vanessa before Alexandra? Then I could give some damage to Inquisitor number 3, and that could possibly set up another kill for her.
During her frenzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get both of them.
So possibly Alexandra can kill both Guardsman 2 and Inquisitor 3.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm just, oh gosh, the only thing I wish is if I was in a better spot. That's the only thing, is I wish I was closer to Adina so that I can use some of my cards to negate incoming attacks where she's low health. Because if Adina takes one good whack again, she's done.
That won't happen.
All right.
We could swap me with Kapak and see if maybe I can heal myself or something. I know if I attack, I always technically can a little bit if I get the Robe of the Phoenix.
Guardsman number 2 is going to die.
He's gonna die. Yeah.
So
So
you
if I
might
swap
be able to
with Kapak,
heal yourself. Yep.
then I will act before anybody attacks anyway.
Yeah, and if you can position yourself adjacent to me, then I can block anything that comes after you heal yourself a bit too.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, let's do Kapak last. And we're doing Vanessa
Okay.
first.
Yes. And I should definitely have used this card, but I didn't. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Andrew, I discarded one of mine before just dragging them over like everybody else did. Where did that card go?
That would be off the game now.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Whoops.
Although I don't think this will last long enough that you'll draw
Nah,
so many
yeah.
cards to get back to that one
We'll
anyways.
be all right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So really, with that support fire, Alexandra is guaranteed to get a kill, pretty much.
I don't remember how Enhance works.
The support fire, you get to do on somebody else's turn.
I get to what, do you say?
Do it on somebody else's turn. So when Alexandra is going, you can say, I'm playing support fire and add 2 green dice to it.
I think I need to attack with a range attack to do this, don't I? It requires ranged,
Yep.
or is
and
that
so,
just?
And so you are. It's basically you're making an attack on their attack, and so you are ranged. You're using a crossbow, so you can use it, and
Yeah,
you're
you
just.
just use support fire with a mace,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Is all that means. But yeah, you're shooting arrows while Alexandra is attacking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the little square with the 3 pluses. It's that kind of enhanced skill, and those can be played on other people's turns.
Yeah. So if you don't whittle 3 all the way down for Alexandra to get an easy kill, when Alexandra does attempt to kill 3 after killing number 2, you can play that, and that'll help.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, the first thing I want to do is make my free movement due to Vanessa's Wanderer. I want to move to this spot
Okay,
to flank together with Karpak.
you got it. You are now flanking.
And then I want to attack him.
Okay. So your base damage is 3 plus 2 for flanking is 5. And you're going to roll 4 green die.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Sounds good.
1 plus your 5 is 6. Minus 2 armor is 4 damage to guardsmen.
Only 1 armor. It's the Inquisitor.
Oh, is it the Inquisitor? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait. Is that? No, that is only 1 armor. Yeah.
Yeah, double crossbow.
Okay, so 5 damage then to Inquisitor 1. Let me find a 5 spot right there.
Yes. If a prepared enemy is attacked, do they lose prepared, or is that just whatever?
Ooh, sorry. You are within range of that person, and when you activated, he's ranged. So, he's not ranged.
I thought it was still only adjacent.
Yeah, sorry, he's melee. He needs to hit somebody within. Yeah.
Yes.
So
But if, for example, my hawk attacks him, does he lose prepared, or does that?
He loses
nothing?
it. Yes.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move my hawk to attack him.
Okay.
So
Do you want your hawk to be adjacent? Oh, your hawk doesn't have enough range to get.
Yeah, I can't get that far. But I would like to place him here.
How much does he move?
5.
1, 2, 3. Because you can move through 3, 4.
Yeah, but he would need 6 movement to get to a flanking position.
Oh, to flank, yeah.
So I just removed the prepared token in advance, but your bird will do 3 green, 1 red, if I remember correctly. Yep, 3 green, 1 red. Okay. Against guardsman number 4. And that is 4 minus 2 defense is 2 damage to guardsman 4.
Yes. Okay. And I will discard my heavy shot to get a power. And I will use my premeditation to gain 2 power. And I will use support fire to enhance Alexandra.
Yeah, so you'll do that on her turn.
Yes.
I just have to make some new power icons. 1 sec.
So much power.
So much power. You're just stealing Alexandra's power.
I'm duplicating it. Okay.
Yeah,
and
that's what they all say.
You're putting it on a woman possessed?
I should have 5 total, shouldn't I? I had 2 before, and I just gained 3.
You gained 3? Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I discarded 1 card that gave me 1, and I activated 1 that gave me 2.
There you go. There's 5.
Yes. And that is my turn, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, there's a 5er, huh?
Ooh, fancy.
So I didn't really pick up any attack cards.
How many did you draw just now?
I just drew 3 up to 4.
Okay.
I wonder if this chain lightning thing would work pretty well right now. They're all clustered. lightning orb.
So we'll attack. Oh, okay. No, the lightning orb will just do enemies. Nice. I was thinking the grenade.
Well, I mean, you're going to be able to easily take out 2 right now, especially with flanking, which is going to give you a soul, and then your base damage of 1 will upgrade to 3. So when you do another attack with Frenzy on someone else, if you can get them just below half health, your Disembowel card could potentially just kill them outright after that.
So if you did the lightning orb, you could attack 2 and 3 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could do a regular attack on 3 and then disembowel.
Yeah.
I feel like
use...
that's a ton of damage then.
Also,
using lightning orb
number
though
3.
wouldn't get him a soul.
Oh, I'll have to use the shock bread to get the soul, right?
Okay,
Yeah, you need to use your weapon to get the soul.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I guess for the first action, yeah, I'll use the chakra to try and kill number 2.
I would like to mention here that if you kill it, you gain an you gain a free activation.
Yep.
And when you get a free activation, you draw cards. So maybe you want to use some cards before if there's anything useful. I have
That's
to check.
true. Yes, because you'll read.
That's a good point. So maybe I want to. Let's see. Do I get more action points? I should get more action points.
Yeah, you lose all your remaining action points and you gain new action points.
Okay. Well, how about discards? Oh, darn.
You may as well discard Disembowel to gain the power.
I'm thinking about that to do the leap attack, yeah.
And you could...
I mean, when you kill this person, you're going to get 1 power for that, which is enough for you to use leap attack without discarding to get power. But I mean,
actually, he's already got enough for leap attack because he's got 4 already, right?
He has 3.
Oh.
When I slay something, I get a power too. Because Alexandra.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said,
enough.
I mean, you're going to activate and draw 3 cards, so
Yeah.
And then you're going to kill something, and so if you do that, you'll be like half charged up for another leap attack as well. So,
right.
I mean, there's so many ways you could approach this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Too many choices. Yeah, let's just go ahead and or flip this one.
Okay.
Gain 2 power points.
So now you have 5.
Yep.
So you could use leap attack right now. That is something you could do as well.
I think I'm gonna.
He's already got my
chakra.
Yep.
He's already got my support fire. So.
Oh, don't use the support fire on this fight. Do it on the next one when he hits somebody with higher health.
Right. Yeah, he only has 1 health point left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to chakra him, kill him, and then use a second activation and gain the soul.
So you're getting your base damage of 1 plus 2 for flanking, so that's 3. And you're rolling 2 green die. They have 1 physical armor, and so you're already causing 2 damage. So they're already dead without any rolling.
Just kill them.
Yeah.
Unless you're putting that box on a roll.
Yeah. So you've already killed them. So I'm going to move your base damage of 1 out and get you a 3 because that's now upgraded. And you now get a power for that as well. So you're up to 6.
Okay. A soul.
The soul just upgraded your power, your base damage.
Okay.
Draw no card.
And 2 is going to come off the board. And you also get a piece of loot for killing him.
So many things.
So let me do that quickly. And you got a consumable. Draw 1 consumable. The purple one puts hair on your chest.
Cool. I also got to move too.
Congrats, Alexandra.
I haven't moved yet, so I got to move and then do my next activation and another move.
And you just drew. Wait for it. Adrenaline. This hero may attack a second time this activation for free.
Well, she's definitely a berserker, that's for sure.
So I'm just going to steal Vanessa's used adrenaline and bring it down to Alexandra. However, I think you can only carry 3 items at a time. Sorry, 2 at a time, unless you're carrying a satchel. So you would have to swap it in for something else if you wanted.
You're that tranquilizer.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the best right now.
Okay, so your tranquilizer, let me just unlock that, and I'll just move it over here. And you can have that. But as soon as you kill somebody, if you read your character card, it says that you immediately make a free activation. So you can't move or do anything. You automatically reactivate.
Oh, so I can't move
Yeah.
at the end of my last
So we basically upgraded you with a soul. You got a power. You drew a piece of loot, but now you're activating. So you have to draw whatever cards you can right now. It looks like you already have. So you have your full 5, and now you're back to full action points and movement, and you can start your turn again.
Okay, looks like I pulled a claw. This attack is free if activated immediately after attacking Jason. I get another free attack, basically, with that. That's pretty good. All right, let's see. She's got movement 6, right? Yeah. Actually, I have that dash card too. I have inhuman speed. Gain 3 speed this activation. I should move up to 9 spaces. I'm tempted to go right here to do a flank attack on him.
Yeah, do it.
That would make the most sense, probably. Yep, I'm going to move all the way over here.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to be flanking with Guardsman 4.
Yep. I forgot I have leap attack too.
So you could say that you leapt over there and use your power and get 2 extra dice on that as well.
Yep, I will use that leap attack.
All right. So I'll let somebody else remove his 5 power and just bring back 1 extra. So he just has 2 left. And then, so you're going to be using your chakram then. So you just used 2 of your 6 action points because you are still attacking with your chakram. Leap just got you there, but you're still using your weapon. So you have 4 action points left. So you're going to have 2 extra dice, so 4 green dice total. And you're going to be attacking with +2 base damage for flanking, plus your 3. So 4 green and 5 base damage. And if you want, you can have the supporting fire from Vanessa for an additional... oh, it disappeared. Oh, no, there it is. Discard 1 to enhance the attack of a nearby ally. An additional 2 green dice.
Vanessa, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. I actually think I'm meant to activate it now. Like I shouldn't do it in my turn. It's now I decide whether I want to do it. And sure.
Okay, so you have to flip that plus get rid of another card.
Yes, and I'm going to remove Survivor.
Okay, and so I'm going to add 2 more green die to your attack, so a total of 6 green die. Ready?
Yep.
So 6 green die plus your 5. And you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 5 is 12.
Wow.
Plus a star, which I don't think does anything. No. So that's 12 minus 2 armor is 10 damage to Guardsman 4. There we go.
Cool.
But you still have 4 action points left, and you just killed somebody, so you are in frenzy, so you still can attack, like, 3 more times, even with adrenaline.
Yes, I'll use claw first. So that's 2 action to do a red die attack.
This attack is free if activated immediately after attacking an adjacent target. The target is adjacent to you. So
How much health does he have left?
He has 6 health left.
Okay.
And so you're only getting to roll 1 red die for this, and nothing else plays into the damage you cause other than that 1 red die. But it's free because you did just attack him.
Yep, that makes sense.
All right, so I'll roll that for you. And it's a single sword. It's magical damage in this setting because it's just 1 red die. So it bypasses his armor. So he has 5 health left.
Okay. Then 2 AP left. I think I'm going to use the lightning orb to...
No, that one didn't cost you anything because you attacked an adjacent target. So you actually have 4 AP left.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's use lightning orb.
Lightning orb, damage target, and all linked enemies. So which enemy do you want to target?
Let's continue on. So how does the linking work? There's
it has to be adjacent fields, meaning that none of the enemies are linked.
Oh, so they have to be directly next to each other.
And if you kill this guy by just attacking him with your chakram, you would get another soul, and your base damage would go up 1 more time from 3 to 5. So
I was thinking. Yeah, probably pop adrenaline and then do another set of attack.
You don't even need to use adrenaline because you're in frenzy. So you can just use your 2 AP or your 4 AP twice on your chakram. Like you can literally attack him 2 more times right now.
Oh, okay.
Without doing anything else.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So in this case, though, we don't have all the extra stuff other than being flanking. So you're going to get 2 green die, and you're going to have 5 base damage because you're still flanking. So 5 plus 1 is 6. And this is the guardsman, so minus 2 is 4 damage. So he has 1 health left. And you still have 1 attack with 2 AP left, so you can do it 1 more time.
Yep, let's do it again.
All right, and you've killed him because you have a base damage of 5 against his 2 armor of 2. So he's dead.
What are they attacking with? The chakram?
Yeah.
You only do that once per activation?
No, so Frenzy, Onslay, gain 1 soul, max of 2. When you have a weapon that allows Frenzy, you can attack as many times with it as you have action points to allow that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the benefit of Frenzy. But her benefit is that she also gets those souls and then gets stronger. So because you have a base damage of 5, where you're flanking right now, you automatically kill this guy. Yeah, you would get another upgrade to your base damage. So now you're at 5. You get a power. So now you have 3, but you need 1 more to use leap again. You get to draw another loot, which in this case is a gold coin.
Okay.
It says, where were they keeping this single gold coin, you ask? Do you really want to know?
Look the coin.
And guardsman number 4 is removed from the table.
Dead.
And so you have 0 action points left. So yes, adrenaline could let you do another free activation, but you don't have 1 action point to trigger that unless you drink self-preservation. Yeah. Which you could do.
I still have my movement too, right?
You do, because you only leapt over there. You didn't move your character.
Yeah. Can I get a flank anywhere?
You also keep the adrenaline for a future fight.
Yeah.
You used the lightning orb, didn't you?
I didn't. I didn't realize they had to be all clustered. I thought it would jump?
So you have 5 or 6 movements. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get.
Oh, another flank on him, number 3.
Yeah, another flank on Inquisitor 3.
Yeah, that would.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Let's throw all these. All right, I'm popping adrenaline. Or I'm popping.
So, you could just sit there and be flanking and save adrenaline for the next encounter if you want. Or you
Is there more stuff after this room?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is. Okay. I thought this was the entire scenario. Okay. Yeah, I'll just hold off.
Oh, this is our attempt to get into the scenario.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, save some for us, man.
Sure, go for it.
It all depends on your
Don't need to be a hero. You're an anti-hero. All right.
Alexandra is not a hero.
Yeah, no. Adina.
She's the whole reason for this fight.
Adina.
Yeah, it's me.
Would you like to do some heavy lifting?
Let's see, I need to draw. Come on, draw the table. There we go. Well, that's slow.
Yeah, it seems to take 5 or 10 seconds. Sometimes.
What do I got here? 3 popped out? Okay, 1 more.
Did you have one to begin with?
No.
So you can only draw 3.
That's right, 3. Okay, well then I'm perfect then.
You're good.
Oh, what did I get?
Oh, nice.
Anybody need reviving?
Not right now.
Countless mobs left behind.
A lot of dead mobs.
All right. May as well. Do you guys want me to like remove someone, or do we want to keep getting the loot, or
Remove someone?
The Inquisitor 3 is the only one with damage. They have 5.
Yeah. This rotates back, right?
Nope,
No,
it's only good
that one is
once per
exhausted.
encounter.
Oh, well, never mind then.
But you can still
Would've
use
been-
it as a weapon, just not as a
Yeah.
one-hit kill.
All right, well, I'll just attack 3 then.
You could always go for chain healing, actually, since we expect an encounter after this or something.
Yeah, I still will. I need to discard 1 more card.
Does anyone even have damage? Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Dina has 6.
Vanessa does.
Okay.
And Adina herself.
All right. So,
And Adina can move in such a way that chain healing heals all 3 of us.
yeah, definitely. All right. Are you attacking 3?
Yeah.
All right. So that is 3 blue dice. So that is magic. And they have magic armor. I think that's their better armor, actually, unfortunately. Yeah, they block 2 against blue dice. And I don't think you have anything to augment, right? To do anything else?
Nope.
All right. So 3 blue dice heading towards Guardsman or Inquisitor 3.
I'm not showing for stars. I want to heal.
You got nothing.
No, I heal for 2.
Oh, you heal for 2? What card does that?
My robe.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's sweet. All right. So no damage, but you healed. That's a win.
Okay, and then I'll move to the left of. Well, okay. Do you want me to stay there so we flank, or I'll pop a heal?
Whose turn is it next? It
Well,
is-
if you're going to heal in this turn, I don't know if you are, but if you're going to heal in this turn, you would need to stand either where my hawk is or on the other side of the of the
hold on,
opponent.
wait, does the hawk count as chain? Because if so, then you guys are already chained.
I don't think the hawk counts because you can't attack the hawk. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, and you can't heal the hawk.
Move to the left of 3.
But you can just move on top of the hawk. It will just move away.
Yeah,
Oh, I can?
you swap positions with the hawk when you go on their tile.
So,
Yeah,
so
I'll go
that's
ahead.
up to you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move 1 down.
Okay. All right. And then in order for you to use chain healing, if you so desire, you would need to throw something away to get power to do so. You also can stun a vampire with Yedra's Light.
But you can't do both.
So you used 3 action points for Fist of the Heavens, and you have 5. So you still have 2 AP left to stun somebody, and you can throw away Rebirth to have enough to also use chain healing.
Rebirth. I don't see rebirth.
Because chain healing is going to cost you 5 in the setting of your passive aura. So that'll leave you with what? 4 plus 3, 7 minus 2. You'll have 2 power left, yeah. Look at our healer doing work.
So proud. So proud of our healer.
I think he muted himself. I can't hear him.
Oh, I did. Hello.
Hello.
Well,
This is my
hello
first-
there.
This is my first time healing with Adina, actually.
I want an accurate summary of everything you just said that we didn't hear.
Okay, that was pretty much it. I also called you guys names. So Yedra's Light says apply stun to an enemy or raised enemy or vampire raised enemy, and doesn't say have to be adjacent at all. So I can just freaking light smite someone. So why don't we do one of the people who haven't activated? I don't care who.
All of them haven't activated yet this encounter.
Oh.
So
Well,
why don't you do 1 because he's got flanking already on you.
sure. Oh yeah, no, definitely 1. Oh yeah, because
All right.
that's just black terrain, huh?
So 1 has a stun token on them now.
That's it. That's me.
Okay. But now it's 1's turn, and they activate, which removes the stun token.
But that's it.
But then they don't do anything. So now it's
Yeah.
Inquisitor number 2, who's going to draw a target card. And that says harass. The nearest enemy. All nearby enemies are assigned 3 damage. Ew. So number 2 is going to target the nearest enemy, which is Kapuk. And the word nearby denotes in a zone.
Yep.
Yep. And he's on the left zone. So he's going to hit Vanessa, Adina. He's going to hit all 4 of us with assigned damage. So everyone takes 3 damage just right now. Done.
Boo.
Yeah, that one sucked. So Kapuk got his. Vanessa still needs 3.
Everyone takes 3 damage, you say.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what if was that just ignoring armor and everything?
Yep,
Yeah,
because it was assigned.
I still want to use this. I ignore 2 damage with my Logathon Nair.
I think you'll have an opportunity. Don't worry.
You think I'll have an opportunity? I think this encounter is about to end.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
may as well do it.
I'm using it now.
All right.
Saving 2 is saving 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take. I think Mike got one. I got one.
Come on.
There we
These
go.
are hard.
Now you're good. And so now he's going to do his attack on the nearest enemy, which is Kapak. Damn it. And he is just going to roll his 3 green die. He does not have flanking. And he gets 2 physical damage, which won't chink any armor or defense or cause any decrease in health, as Kapak has 5 total defense and armor right now. So that's fine. So that's Inquisitor 2's turn. Now 3's going to activate. So let's draw him a card. And that is targeting Vanessa. Started to say Adina. Targeting Vanessa. And he's already facing you. So that's perfect. It's meant to be. So he's not going to do anything other than just roll his 3 die against you. And he rolled 2. And Vanessa has 2 defense and armor total. So you're going to lose your 1 armor, but you're not going to take any damage. And that concludes their turns. It is now Kapak's turn.
So I should have saved it. I would have saved the whole armor. Oh.
So he's going to draw 2 cards. He drew Battle Cry, remove all negative effects. It's not going to help here. And discard 2 to refill this hero's hand. I am going to just go ahead and discard Battle Cry for 2 power, which is going to load up Shield Bash, which will now work if we get attacked again. And then what do I have remaining here? I have Defender. So I can still defend an adjacent ally. I have to be able to discard something for that. I can discard that, so that's fine. This hero is immune to 2 status effects from incoming attack. That's useless. I can discard that. And take a breather. Discard 2 to refill this hero's hand, which costs 2, and my attack costs 3. So I'm going to discard self-preservation and rebuff 2 and draw 3 new cards after spending 2 AP and using Take a Breather to hopefully get me something that's a little bit more useful. So Take a Breather can be flipped over, and I'll just keep drawing these last 2 cards here. Here's the last one. So I drew Charge, move 2 to 4 fields in a straight line, and apply Stun to an adjacent target. Sweet. Gain 2 armor. And Outcast. Other heroes may not use cards during my activation, so that just gets burned right away. None of you can help me during this turn. So I have the ability to stun somebody or deal damage.
You can go down 2 and stun number 2 here, right?
I can go down 2 and stun that guy. Yep. Because I don't really put out a whole lot of damage usually. And no one's really close to dying, and Alexandra really just needs to call the field here. And if I stun, we'll have less damage going into the next encounter. So, or if I get somebody closer to being dead, Alexandra can kill them to trigger frenzy and have more than one activation.
You're in a good spot for frenzy too.
Yeah. So why don't I hit 3, who already has 5 damage, and I get flanking, and get them low, and then Alexandra can do her thing. So I'm just going to use Serpent's Flail, 2 red die, plus 3 base damage, and flanking is 5. So 5 plus 2 red die. Is 7, which is assigned as its magical damage in this instance, physical. These guys have only 1 physical armor. So it's 7 minus 1, which will be 6. So this guy takes 6 damage. So he will be at 11 of 15. So he has 4 health left for you to take care of, Alexandra.
Cool.
And what do I have left? Oh, I'm looking at somebody else's cards. I don't have any action points left to do anything anyways. So I'll just... Let's see, do I have enough points to... Nah. Okay, yeah, that's the end of my turn. So now it goes to Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we want to change around the turn order, because it's a new round.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah? Yeah, just don't kill 3.
But what if I want to kill 3? I actually feel like killing 3.
It is your
Go for
turn.
it.
It's only 4 damage, right? So maybe we do want Alexandra to go first.
First of all, I want to draw 3 cards.
Might pop Sinister Armor this round. That'll be 8 damage to all nearby.
What was that?
Sinister Armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then kill more stuff to get them back.
So you could do that, but I think your souls go with you after an encounter. And so if you would enter the next encounter already beefed up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We could probably kill them just normally, though. Yeah.
First of all, I want to attack number 3.
Okay.
This is
Go for it.
perfect.
He's so greedy. He just wants the loot.
He
Yeah.
wants to kill it.
Give me that loot.
All right. So we got one
I'm
of those.
thinking
on our team.
Alexander won't have trouble killing one from full health with 3 attacks.
You'll get another brown color.
No, but
piece of
he
gold.
won't. He won't get 3 attacks because he's no longer in frenzy.
Oh, he needs a 20. Okay.
Not on souls anyway.
In that case, I will do something slightly different. Okay, I will move my hawk to here, below number 1.
Yep.
And I will move Vanessa to right above number 1.
Yep.
And then I will attack with Vanessa.
All right. So Vanessa's going to have 4 green die plus 2 base damage to the base damage of 3 because of flanking. So that'll be 5 plus whatever you roll.
So why didn't you attack 3?
Because I want to make sure that Alexandra can kill it.
Well, she can't get a soul anyway. She's
I was expecting that she could just use 3 attacks or whatever to kill whichever enemy, but she can't do that unless she kills an enemy. She won't go into a frenzy before she kills one.
Frenzy's
So,
on a sleigh.
He thought if he got rid of 3, Alexandra could just go and make 3 attacks against somebody with full health.
Sure.
But she
So
can't-
frenzy still counts even when they're maxed on souls.
So it does,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Okay.
But it
So-
doesn't count before she's slain an enemy.
Yeah, so she has to like re-frenzy now that it's a new round.
She calmed down a little bit.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why he's now
Anyway.
changed. So it's 5 plus whatever we roll here.
Yes.
And that's another 4. So that's 9 against their physical defense of 1. So that's 8 damage to Inquisitor 1.
Yes. And I didn't blind, did I? I didn't blind, yeah. In that case, I will use a dive to make my hawk blind the target when it attacks.
Okay.
Yes. That cost me 1. And the hawk attacks.
Okay, and the hawk does 3 green, 1 red. But also gets +2 for flanking. And does 3, 4, 5, +2 is 7, -1 for armor is 6. And they already had, you've killed them. Yeah.
Oh,
15 total. Yeah.
hey! And my hawk gets the loot. This is perfect. I'm just wondering, all the power, is that reset between this encounter and the next one?
You should carry that with you.
Yeah, generally, unless you rest, there's not really much.
In that case, I guess I would like to discard both my cards to get power.
Yes, but your cards, as they are right now, would stay in your hand. So
It would stay in my hand.
when you go
Okay.
into your next encounter, you would have 2 cards and be drawing up to a full 5, I believe. Because unless you rest, you don't automatically start with 5, I don't believe.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to keep them.
All right. So
And
here's
that's
your
my turn.
here's your loot, which is healing. I bet it tastes like soap. Heal self for 10.
Perfect.
So you
Nice.
got a consumable. Actually,
It's a
doesn't s-
consumable.
No,
Or
it's
what?
a loot card. So I don't think it's a consumable that you can hold on to. I don't believe. I think you might need to use this right away. I'm not sure.
Probably. I use it right away. Whatever.
All right.
I have to have max health.
Yeah, I need that health.
Oh yeah, that's an instant thing.
Yeah.
I've taken the damage. That's tough.
All right. So he's no longer blind because he's dead. So I will remove him.
Just drinking potions off of a dead guy.
Yeah, obviously.
Safe.
All right. And
Tastes
I
like
be-
soap. It's perfect.
I believe that's the end of your turn,
Yep.
Finally.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
All right. Let's draw a couple cards. Very slowly. I'll draw some cards. How come y'all's popped up so quick?
Oh. Let me see if it goes quicker for me. Draw the table. There's one.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Much quicker. Unpredictable.
Here's the other one.
Some
There you
kind of
go.
rock. Throw a rock at somebody. Let's see. Sounds to an ally. That's not very good. Oh, that's
Your trait.
I
Yep.
have to do it. But I can discard it?
So I would hold on to it for now because we
So
need to
you
remember to
remember.
do that. Yeah.
Say that again. Don't discard it because of why?
because we just want to remember that we give 2 damage to somebody. Unless you're planning on attacking 3 right this moment, in which case the only adjacent person to you is Kapak, and that's probably the best person to take 2 damage right now anyways.
Can I use adrenaline first to discard it?
Well, it's actually within range 3, so it would be, me as well.
Pretty sure you have to play it.
You have to play it.
Yeah, so unpredictable, you've just used it.
Okay.
And I would just give it to Kapak because he just has the most health.
Sure.
And now you just have those 4 cards to work with.
That's
Okay.
2 damage.
And of course, you're going to draw 3 more once you kill number 3.
Yes.
Yeah, so before you kill somebody and take a free activation, is there anything you want to do card-wise? Because you can discard some cards right now to get some power, because you're going to draw 3 anyways as soon as you kill somebody. So you may want to discard something for power.
I could stun that enemy if I don't kill them.
I think you're going to kill them anyway.
I think so. They are full health though, right?
No, one
Oh,
has
not. One is
3
4.
health. Yeah. So you'll
Okay.
kill 3, and then you'll go bananas on 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'll discard throw rock to gain 2 power points for leap attack.
Okay, so leap attack is now charged up.
Yep. And yes, I will do an attack.
Just a regular one on 3.
I guess I need to move. I want to move it above him to get the flank attack just in case.
I like how you're thinking. All right, you are now flanking.
Yep. And I'll do my chakra attack.
And you now have a base damage of 5, plus 2 for flanking is 7, plus your 2 green die. He only has
It's
3.
good.
He only has 3 health left, and 1 physical armor, and you're already doing 7. So you've already killed him, but
Yeah.
and you rolled 1 extra damage. Doesn't matter. Anyways, you killed him.
All right.
So you get a loot, and
Okay.
you drew a bag of gold. Congratulations. And I think you get a power for that, right?
Yes, honestly. Yep.
Yeah, so you get another power, which I'll bring over. And
So I would like to mention the lifesteal from Hellfire Lantern. I'm pretty sure it does apply to Alexandra herself.
Oh,
it
does it?
does.
Robert ruled that Adina can heal herself with chain healing. So I do believe that
Fix everybody all
Alexandra
ally.
counts as a vampire ally.
Okay, makes sense.
So that makes you've attacked, more than a few times. You probably have 0 damage right now at this point. Because of that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And if you don't, you will in a moment.
Yeah. So I'm just
Does it
gonna
cost?
remove it.
It costs 1 to use it. 1 action point per time.
Nope. Doesn't
I
cost
think it's
anything.
just passive.
It's just a passive. Yeah.
It's passive. Okay. Wow. Yeah, she's freaking amazing character. Okay, so yeah, that was a move and attack. And let's see. I'm gonna get
Because you slayed him, before you do anything else, you now have full movement and activation points again, and you draw 2 cards, which I'll do for you.
Cool.
Because you're basically just starting a new turn.
right. Teamwork and ally gains 2 power. Pretty good.
There you go. So sacrifice and teamwork.
I don't even see sacrifice yet. Oh, there it is. Oh. I could give somebody 5 power this turn.
You could charge up Adina again, so she goes into the next encounter with chain
Yeah,
healing. Or
that's what I was-
or smite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at Fox health here, and he might actually need some health.
Yeah.
Be nice to get rid of some of that. Though it's really just him and me that are hurt too.
Yeah. So I do have 6 action points, so I could actually do. That's 4 to do both of those. Yeah, I'll assign 3 damage to myself and discard teamwork as well. So that's 4 action points to give Adina 5 power points.
Okay,
Yep.
so you've used 4 of your 6 action points, so you still can do a leap attack if you want, or move an attack, a leap attack and an attack, etc. if you want.
Yep. I will.
These 2 cards are done. We just need to give you 3 damage.
Yes. Which I'll heal. Yeah. 2 of almost immediately once I chakra attack it.
Yeah. So there you go. So you now have the ability to move up to 6 spaces and hit somebody if you want to.
Where should I move so somebody can get a flank attack?
I don't think you
Problem.
can. Yeah.
I'll just set somebody else up for an attack coming up. So who's about to attack? Looks like.
So the left side of the enemy would be better because Adina can slide down.
Sure, that'll work. I will leap attack as well, so I can basically move wherever. Yeah, whatever's beneficial for the next player, just throw me there.
Let's see. I guess just below Kapak then. And so, I mean, you can just move there. You can
Sure.
save your leap attack, or you can use it. Which would you prefer?
I think I'm going to use it. I'm also going to discard Adrenaline to get another 2 power points. So I should be able to do another leap attack next encounter.
Okay.
So I will earn that. Gain 2 more, and then use my leap attack on this guy.
Okay, so we need to remove 5 of these to...
Be 3 left, I think.
There's 4. And there's 5 gone.
Thank you.
All right, so you leapt over there, adding 2 green die to your 2 that are already there. So now you're attacking with 4. You don't have flanking, but you do have a base damage of 5. So it's these 4 dice plus 5.
Okay.
And you got another 5. So that's 10 minus their armor of 1 is 9 damage.
Cool. And that's my turn.
You could drink your self-preservation to get 2 more AP to make another attack, just like you did, without using
that's
adrenaline.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a frenzy, the extra frenzy, right?
Yep, and that'll give you the 1 extra power so that your leap attack is already ready to go in your next encounter.
Sure, let's do it. 2 AP to do another frenzy attack.
In this case, it's only with 2 green die, though, plus 5.
5, which should kill him still, I think.
So that's 3 plus 5 is 8, minus 1 is 7, which puts him at 16, which is over. So you do kill him, in fact.
Cool.
And you draw a loot, and you get an armor. Ooh.
Ooh.
So come get your armor. Draw 1 armor. It does not specify whether that is common or rare. So let's roll a d6 quickly. If you roll 1d6 and it's between 5 and 6, I'll draw a rare. If it's between 1 and 4, I will draw a common for you.
Okay. Yay.
6.
I think I should heal too because of my lantern, right?
Yeah, so you can take 2 damage off there. And you want to drag 1 more power to yourself.
Okay.
Alright, and you drew Infernal Shield. Any debuffs applied to this hero are applied to the attacker and assign 3 damage to the attacker.
Wow.
But it doesn't give you any armor or any defense. So that's interesting. So it only applies to debuffs.
We haven't really seen any debuffs this encounter.
No, I don't think there really are any mobs that give you debuffs in the demo, actually. So it's kind of not an exciting draw.
Okay, we'll just put it off to the side unless if I can hand it off to somebody if they need it.
So not particularly helpful. We'll just put that in the satchel.
Okay.
And you got your power, you fixed your health, and I think that concludes this scenario.
Yeah.
All right, so let me read on. All enemies are slain, Q8 on page 18. So, Alexandra stood over the body of the last tar pit guard, nonchalantly licking the last of the blood from her fingertips. I think that went quite well, she said, excitedly. Kapak rolled his eyes and directed the rest of the party to drag the bodies of the guards just inside the catacombs entrance so they would not be discovered by a random patrol or passerby. And the summary of that is Alexandra does Alexandra things. Each party member receives experience. We draw 2 consumables, and we would go to R3 on page 20. Two consumables.
Yeah.
An adrenaline and a bear trap. Place
What is
2
the bear?
traps on adjacent fields. Assign 5 damage to whoever enters that field.
I would be interested in adrenaline on Vanessa.
Adrenaline, okay. Let me duplicate this one. Because you have a free spot anyways.
Exactly.
And the bear trap may or may not be useful to some people. It would be better than my purification scroll, I'll say that. We just pretend that I have it there, unless somebody else wants it.
I think I would like purification scroll instead of teleportation scroll.
Dude, you just want all the loot. You just got one.
I got all the loot. Thank you.
Adina, do you want bear traps?
I don't want the bear traps, but I would like to keep the purification scroll ready.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to bow out here at least for a little bit. I'll see if I can't join later though.
Cool, man.
Okay, sounds good.
Fun.
Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Yep.
problem. Always fun. See ya.
See ya.
Ciao. Okay, so the story progresses here into the dark. So the party entered the catacombs, carefully descending the crumbling stone staircase with only Adina's torch to light their path. The stairs showed signs of repeated footsteps disturbing the cobwebs and dust, but all appeared to be traveling downward. No one who has entered the catacombs of late has yet returned. Well, I'll fix the screen in a sec. Let the suspense build here. Okay. We're back.
So we are.
So when the party reached the last step, Kapak took the lead, peering into the darkness for any sign of movement. "The dead do not rest here," he said, without explanation. He then entered the large room at the base of the stairs, and the party followed. Adina walked along the left wall, shining light on the reliefs carved into the stone. They were untouched from the days of tar pit before the vampires, depicting the royal families of generations past. Good people prayed for their loved ones here. They are all with Yedra now. Adina closed her eyes and thought of the Patra thralls and how they were denied everything, even death. Kapak and Adina entered the doorway leading further into the catacombs, walking shoulder to shoulder. They and the party walked for several minutes, passing dozens of sealed vaults until their progress was blocked by a collapsed tunnel. A large wooden support beam rested atop a pile of fallen dirt and stone, blocking their path. With enough strength, it may be possible to lift the beam high enough to provide a small opening for the party to crawl through, or even touching the beam might break loose more rock and add new occupants to the old catacombs. Alternatively, there appears to be an antechamber to the left that may lead around the collapsed area. So the catacombs are full of dead people. There's a collapsed tunnel you might be able to fix with a strength test at your peril, or an antechamber that might lead around. Do you try your luck with the antechamber, or do you attempt to move the beam and clear a path through the collapsed tunnel? In which case, there is a strength test.
I vote for the empty chamber.
You vote for the antechamber. What about you?
We have anybody with high strength? Kapak.
We have Kapak with a strength of 11. So he would need to roll 11 or better.
Oh, Alexander has 12, so it'd be a 10, which is also unlikely. What's the other option again?
So one is to just say, let's not risk it and go into an antechamber, or we can risk it and succeed, or not succeed and maybe have some stuff fall on us.
What'd you say, Fluff? You wanted to try the test?
No, I want to not try the test.
You want to not try the test?
I think it seems more sensible to just check if you can walk around it first.
There's something shiny in there. I'm good either way. It's probably unlikely we'll pass it, but we can walk around it.
Oh, okay. So you're conforming. I see. Well,
unless you want to gamble. You want to gamble?
Far be it for me to go against the two of you here, as I'm only playing one character, and as Fluff is also.
Both Vanessa and Adina want to go around.
Yeah, so I don't think I can trump that, but just to see what we would have rolled.
Sure.
Oh, we would have failed. Good call. All right.
Have you seen it succeed before in one of the streams?
I have once. So we succeeded to avoid that by going around it. So if you go to the antechamber, go to page 21, R5. All right. R5. The Knight's Tomb. The antechamber turned out to be merely an entryway, opening into a massive rectangular room. Shelves are carved into the side of every wall from floor to ceiling, each holding the remains of a knight of tar pit. You're in the Knight's Tomb. Got it. Here comes the perception check. So we have a party perception check, and I think Vanessa has the best perception. This is a party perception, so not just an individual person. So we need to see if we have. We all roll 1d6, and if it gets better than 22, We all roll 2d6, and if any one of us rolls better than 22 perception, we continue.
Okay, I will roll for Dina first.
So she wouldn't make it anyways, because she
She
only has
got 10.
she has a perception of 4.
Then I will roll for Vanessa.
She's our only chance.
Oh, she got
That's
80.
not going to do it. That's not going to do it.
Nope. What about...
I didn't roll well.
All right, 2d6 on Alexandra.
Yeah, none of you have high enough stats even.
Nope, so we won't make it. Man, we suck. All right.
Yeah, we do.
Only chance was Vanessa, and she didn't roll well. So.
All right, so we just continue. So the party cautiously made their way through the knight's tomb. Kapak became increasingly nervous as they walked, finally flinching when his unease peaked. He looked frantically around, but the darkness blinded his eyes to what his mind knew to be true. He readied his weapon, but was too late. The party was surrounded. A group of undead warriors had emerged from the shelves in front and behind, ready to strike. The Makati have initiative. Fight! So I need to look up what initiative does again. I think it gives them 1+ base damage for the first round, or 2+ for every single one of them.
Initiative. I do not remember that.
Apparently, either I can't spell it or initiative. I don't see it in the
I don't think
rulebook.
it's mentioned here.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting indeed.
Let's just go ahead and say that they all get +1 base damage. Does that work for everybody?
I'm sure.
Okay.
It's not in the rulebook.
Yeah.
It's not.
Sure.
I can't find it, but I know this may have been a question that we've asked before. It's either 1+ dice or 1+ or 2+ damage. I can't remember what it was, but it's not a good thing. And it's only for the first round. So turn to page 22. Oh, it says here, special effect. If you failed the perception check leading to this encounter, all Makati ambushers have +1 base damage for the first round. So it was in the campaign book.
Okay.
But, yeah. Not the rule book. Okay, so I will set up this encounter.
Okay.
Good time for a bio break or...
A bio break. Break out your bios, guys. Gonna write my autobiography.
Not that kind of bio break.
I'm glad I had a 10:30 a.m. lunch.
God. 10:30 a.m.
Because it's 1:40. We've been playing for a while.
What time is it at your guys'
1:45 here.
In
2:45 here in the afternoon.
oh, okay.
So yeah, I think we've been playing for like 2.5 hours or so, right?
It's 8:45 p.m. here.
Yeah, I'm also happy to call it if you guys are done. That's fine with me.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I told
Yeah, I
you,
don't want to either.
I'm hyped and full of bad decisions.
I told my wife, yeah, probably about 2. They finished like 2.5 hours this morning. But
I don't
can
have to
continue.
get up before 5:30 in the morning. It's okay.
Yeah. How much more is there left? It's probably like another dungeon of the same size, roughly.
So
something
after,
like that.
after this one, I will just say that there is opportunity to stumble into another room, which I definitely will not continue to stream beyond.
Oh, wow.
I won't
Yeah.
do that. This is just the first room in the catacombs, so there is more catacombs to see.
Okay.
But this is as far as I would go.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm free if y'all want to continue, or
Yeah.
if y'all
I'm
get
ready
tired.
for this room. I'm not going to. I'm not going to play more than that. Otherwise, I'll end up having to call in sick, and I don't want to do that. That doesn't seem justified.
Well, there seems to be some kind of virus going around, so it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can continue on. I've definitely gotten my intro into the game, so this is like the purpose of what I wanted to play for, and it's been pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like it more than like Gloomhaven, even.
Yeah, same. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, you don't, like in Gloomhaven, you've got all your stuff all the time, and it's kind of the same every time. It's a bit different with the deck that you draw from. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too. I like the story aspect of this a lot more too, because Gloomhaven is just kind of, you just do a random scenario with a different puzzle each time, which is fun.
With different weird combinations of enemy types.
Yeah, but you can only fight oozes so many dozen times.
This time you're gonna fight animals, spirits, and demons.
Yeah. No, that's good, and I like this game a lot.
Yeah. I'm especially looking forward to all the tasty, very tasty miniatures, and also the map pieces.
Yeah, the art's really good, and like the 2D
looking
art.
Really juicy.
Yeah.
Feel the juice.
Yeah, I painted the Renata and the Kapak, and those are really good quality.
Did you get some, Multi?
Yeah, I posted them up in the painting gallery.
Sweet. Yeah, I've only done Kapak thus far. I haven't started anything else, but in the King of Averages Patreon on Discord, we're doing a painting contest in November to probably win some swag from his store.
Nice. I need to.
So I might do Renata next.
Okay.
Ruined obelisks. All right, so different kinds of obstacles. These are virtually the same mechanic-wise as the ruined pillars that we saw in the last encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So these just provide cover. Again, they break line of sight. Can you see the whole map right now? I can't see the laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think mine is frozen. I see like 4 tiles so far.
Okay.
And some hands ready to put some stuff down.
So there is.
I suppose that is the whole map.
I guess it is, yeah.
But who knows?
Let's see.
2 fountains.
Obelisk coming down.
And F2. And 2 Makati urns are 1.
Oh, right. We didn't loot anything.
Not.
We had the chance to loot stuff.
We did not. I thought about it, but
I didn't even think about it. It was mentioned in the beginning, and then I just gone with that.
But after seeing that rare thing that I got, I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't the worst thing not to go loot them.
Just depends on the draw, man. There's some pretty sweet loot in there.
Yeah. I would think if like my character had like maybe one piece of equipment or something and I needed stuff, I definitely would have gone for it. But we're pretty loaded out, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's a demo anyway. It's it's not that necessary.
Right. Kill stuff. That's the goal.
So I'm just putting this together, but I am going to, once I finish putting this together, I'm just going to check in on my wife. She's sick, and I just want to make sure she's feeling okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Before we start. And I'm not sure what she has on the go this evening, so in case I can't complete this, I'll just go as far as we can after checking in with her. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
All right.
Greet her from us.
And the nice thing is, the game or VORPAL seems to handle the amount of assets that we have in here right now. So even if we didn't finish this afternoon, and we came back in a couple days when I'm off work again, it would be right where we left off.
Cool.
I just need one more warrior.
Although I expect it would be difficult on a non-weekend day.
For you guys, yeah. So my schedule, I'm shift work, so I don't really have weekends. I just work kind of like 3 days a week type of thing, sporadically, or nights. I'm all over the place.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just mark these.
Yeah, I play some Song of Ice and Fire, and we play international like tournaments and stuff, and then I have to play German players and French players. So I typically have to play on the weekend in a very early morning, and it's night for them.
Yeah.
You're in Germany, I'm assuming?
Nope.
No?
But almost. I'm in Denmark.
Ah, okay.
So it's the same time zone.
Okay, yeah. Tell me the time, I figured it was German. But I was off a country or two.
Right on top of Germany.
Okay, so they are all marked, the enemies. These are the 4 starting spots for us in the middle. And that will, we can determine how you want to arrange people, but I did it the way I think you guys will probably want to do it, by having Kapak and Alexandra closer to the larger majority of enemies, and Adina and Vanessa closer to the bottom 3. Conversely, you may want to have somebody who will deal a lot of damage down lower, because, well, let me just read the status of this fight because it's unique. So, victory objective, we have to slay everyone on the board. The Makati ambushers have +1 base damage for this entire first round, so let's remember that. But there's a couple special effects in this one. So at the end of each round, meaning at the end of the complete turn order, darts shoot from the walls. And each hero must do an agility 20 test or automatically be assigned 4 damage.
Oh, shit.
Ouch.
Okay. And then there's a special effect number 3. If a hero finishes their movement adjacent to a fountain, and here's one fountain right here, and here's the other fountain up here, okay? So we can either charge towards a fountain surrounded by 5 enemies or one surrounded by 3. 3 sounds more ideal.
Yeah.
Right? So it says, if a hero finishes their movement adjacent to a fountain, they gain 2 power and ignore the darts at the end of a round.
Oh.
But
Nice.
they must test a spirit test of 20. Yeah, and failed.
God damn it.
So they'll, regardless of whether they get a spirit test of 20 or not, they'll still ignore the darts and gain 2 power. But failed tests of spirit 20 at that fountain will heal the adversary with the lowest health for 5. Which kind of sucks. So we have to kind of choose our battles. Like if we're getting low on health, it may be beneficial to finish by a fountain so we don't get whacked by darts. And if we're close to killing an enemy, we may not want to do that. So we have to, keep that in mind.
The activation track. Which order is it in?
So the order for the activation track, I'm going to put this actually in the camera so you all can see here in a second.
Oh yeah, if you just put it down, we can watch it. That would be perfect.
So I'll put that down. In fact, to make things faster, I think what I'll do is just manage damage and stuff right on the paper on the camera. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll do that because we can see the whole turn order right here. And then, well, I don't know.
Yeah, we sure can. We sure can see it right here.
We should have just done it from the beginning. So it'll be right here like this, and you can see the turn order along the bottom. So it'll go.
We probably can at some point, yeah. Okay.
But still,
Yeah. So it's
it
there.
hasn't popped up.
Okay.
It may be a little hard for you to see, but
There, yeah.
I'll see it,
We
so
see it.
it's all good.
Okay.
So that's there. But the other thing is when I'm building the targeting deck, normally there's only 2 of each hero in there. But the undead don't like priests. So there's actually 4 targeting cards for Adina. So she gets a lot of
Oh,
heat
shit.
in the catacombs. And she's very squishy. So keeping her towards the bottom is why I placed her where I did, to keep her away from a whole bunch of enemies. And she's the only one that will likely get a spirit check of 20 at the fountain. So she's a good person to go to the fountain with. So those are just all of my thoughts.
I guess we could like mob the bottom people, like just gang up on them, stay around it to heal, wait for them to come to us, and then
Yeah.
go smash them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think I want to go down there with Vanessa and Adina.
Yeah.
That seems to make. Does this guy have like a number on him, or?
That is an armor rack.
Oh, okay. It looked like a person. Okay, never mind.
It's a bit difficult to see from above.
Yeah, it is. Looks like a person. Okay. All right. So the order is 2 of them, 1 of us, 3 of them, 1 of us.
I'm not completely clear on which is which, but
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah,
to-
so the ones
I
that have
think
this is ambusher, ambusher, us, ambusher, 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 us,
yeah.
Ross Warn, us, warrior, warrior, us.
Okay, so obviously the light gray ones, which go to 5, are the 5. They're ambushers, or what were they? The 5 first.
First
Yeah.
5 are ambusher.
There's 5 ambushers going first.
Okay, and then there was a Roswell.
Yep, he's this guy here with the staff.
Okay,
So he's kind of like their healer, and he's kind of like Davor, where he sits in the background and doesn't really come attack you. He just buffs his allies.
what a bastard.
Yeah. And he actually will flee the map if you kill all the if you kill everyone else, he'll just run away.
Or you lose,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because he is sworn to Ra.
And then the 2 warriors are kind of strong. They have a lot of health and they have a lot of armor. And they do pack a punch. But there's only 2 of them, so there's that. So let me pause the stream for a moment to pull in the enemy board and build the targeting deck. And then I will quickly just take a second to chat with my wife, and I'll be right back. Is that okay?
Sure thing.
Yeah, I'm going to take a restroom break real quick.
All right. And so I think the adversary deck is actually already done. I just need to add 2 extra of Adina. Okay, so the targeting deck is fine. The turn order we're doing on the paper. Oh, the only issue with this is that once they're dead, they're still on here.
Huh?
I can't get them off the paper, right, if we kill them. So that's kind of difficult to symbolize. I'll just build it out. I'll just do it. All of these
You could
guys.
always just put something above it, a small piece of paper or a small token or whatever every time something dies.
These are basic targets. These are advanced targets. We don't need those decks anymore right now. So let me just bring in the Makati targets. One second. Okay, so there's an ambusher. There's a warrior. There's a Ross one.
They're fairly slow, looks like.
And then this, Makati trackers. So we have up to 5 ambushers. So I'm just going to remove all here. So warrior 1 is 1. Warrior 3 we don't need. I get rid of him. Spearman we don't need here. You dragging away the video?
No, whenever I zoom out, it somehow grabs the screen and then moves it. I'm going to lock it down. I'll right click and lock it. Okay. Sorry.
You're good. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so it goes 2 ambushers. So 1, then 2. 1, 2. Then one of us. So Adina might be a decent person to just go first and kill somebody outright.
What's the order of their ambushers? They have numbers or anything?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an order. Okay.
Yeah.
Simple like that.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're on the top, these top 2.
Yep.
So 3, 4, 5. And then one of us. So maybe I'll just do Alexandra next. Kind of makes sense. And then after her, it's the Ross Warren, which is this guy. And after him, it's one of us. So Vanessa's probably good. Actually, Vanessa should probably go before Alexandra.
That's fine, yeah.
Because that might lead some damage that then allows her to frenzy. And then Warrior 1 and 2 go after that. So there's 2, there's 1, and then Kapak. Okay. So there's the turn order. So that's all prepped. So I'm just going to take a second and then I'll be back. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Sure thing. Oh.
It's kind of worth the scenario book's upside down from what I'm seeing.
It's upside down?
Isn't it? Like it's an L, but
Oh yeah,
it's the opposite L.
the shape is.
Yeah,
That's okay.
it's okay. I was trying to see which enemy is what type. It's hard to tell, not in person.
I've got it.
You got it?
This one, and this one, and
The light-
this one and this one. The 5 light ones here.
They're ambushers.
They are Makari ambushes.
Okay.
This one is the healer,
Okay.
the last one.
Okay. And the dark one.
This one, as well as this one,
Okay.
are the warriors.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my better half is feeling really lousy. So duty calls. I think I won't be able to play the session.
No problem.
So it's all built though and ready to go. So if you guys are free on a weekend, I'm happy to jump right back in right here and pick up right where we left off.
I
Sure.
am free this coming weekend. If
Yeah, I can probably be free on early morning or something again.
Okay, so the stuff is going to disappear for a second because I'm just checking the schedule right now
Okay.
so that I can confirm, not give you false information. So I work Monday through Wednesday. I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 17th. Does that work for anybody?
Saturday the 17th would be perfect.
That would probably be fine, yeah.
Okay. So we can just chat amongst ourselves off of the stream and find a time that works, and we can plan that and maybe even find an extra participant along the way. Or 2.
Yeah.
Or 2 extra
sounds good.
participants.
That sound good?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks
Perfect.
for
Yeah, sure thing.
setting it up again.
All right, thanks, guys. Man, this was fun.
Yep,
Yeah,
thanks.
thanks.
No
been
awesome.
problem. Yeah, VORPAL actually worked fantastic this second run without using any of the...
Just don't use hotkeys.
don't use the hotkeys. That was the issue, the hotkeys. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Espenit, good night, guys.
Yeah.
Good night.